We're joined now by the Chief Executive of the ACTTAB, Roger Smeed. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning.
What a big day it was.
It was humongous as usual. We had an exceptional amount of bets put on the Cup. We were very happy with the turnover on the Cup itself. In fact, I think we were the only Australian TAB to have any sort of increase on turnover on the Cup. Unfortunately, that didn't reflect for the day. We were down a little bit on the day, but I think every other TAB has also suffered from that. The things that we think affected us a little bit were funnily enough, the $15 million lottery on Monday. I think a lot of people had money set aside, and because that came along, and I did too, buy a ticket in the lottery, the chance to win $15 million, and then that sort of divides a little bit of money that you put on the Melbourne Cup. But an exceptional day for us. The system held up well. All of our staff and helpers worked extraordinarily hard. And I think that every customer of ACTTAB yesterday walked away with very happy about the service and the way we looked after them.
Well, I must admit, walking into Dixon a couple of times, there was always someone there saying, are you a regular bettor or do you need some help? And that was great because they were able to take people over to the counters, show them the field and help them with things like cup pack and that. And, that's all things that are most important these days with customer service.
No doubt about that. The cup pack, again, worked for us like a charm. We had a bet early campaign and the cup pack advertising campaign, and they worked very well. This year we introduced a mystery bet. And funnily enough, we've had a couple of big trifecta winners as a result of the mystery cup packs, very happy people. And of course there's that one lady that had $5 $1 trifectas on the yesterday and won $64,500.
I saw that. She got the $12,000 one 5 times.
5 times, and that was the only bet she took. So she's a very happy and very well informed. Somebody said to me this morning, how did she come to pick number 24? And I said that a lot of people, of course, put it on birthdays and lucky numbers and all sorts of things, and I suspect that she did it that way. Yeah. But she's nearly $65,000 richer as a result.
Lovely. Well done to her, yeah.
Not bad for $5, is it?
Absolutely. Not bad at all. I'd love to get $5 invested and get that sort of return. But, it was another interesting Cup. I think SuperTAB dividends overall, I think we beat New South again on most of the dividends.
Yes, again, we beat the New South Wales trifecta dividends by around a couple of thousand.
Yeah, that's right.
And,
it's about 30 or 40 better, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's a good example of why ACTTAB's doing the right thing by staying in the SuperTAB pools. It gives people an opportunity for a bit of variety, and certainly we've done very well on recent Melbourne Cups. I was pleased to say, and I'd like to say, I didn't listen to Damien a bit earlier, but certainly they had a very good day out at the racetrack yesterday.
Yeah, he said over $1 million, or well over $1 million in turnover on the track. I'm not sure whether that was only tote or bookies combined. But
bookies and tote combined. They've done very well. We were up about 7% on our turnover on course. And certainly Canberra Racing was well supported by the ACT yesterday, with us being up about 25%.
I noticed the pools coming through. I mean, I thought to myself, well, you can really bet with confidence into those ACTTAB-only pools yesterday, though. There's some great pools on the local races.
I think that's a real credit to the club that they've obviously picked the mark, and Damien and the committee out there are doing a great job. They're doing some things that are interesting and a bit innovative. Sometimes they're taking a bit of risk, but if you want to make an omelette, you've got to crack a few eggs.
Exactly.
And I think that in the end that the ACT Racing Club will benefit by the sort of innovation that they're using up there. We're very happy with it. And, we'll continue to keep the club supported in any way that we can.
10,500 people on the track, up about 400 or 500 on last year, and the interesting point was that Damien raised there was the fact that if we can get 1 in 100 of those back to a regular meeting, we're doing well. And he said the product was good on display yesterday, and that should all go well.
There's no doubt about that. The thing that always impresses me about Melbourne Cup Day, and for that matter Black Opal and Canberra Cup, is the number of young people that are out there. And I think the big challenge for the racing club and the racing industry as a whole is to try and retain or regain some of the younger people coming to the track, or also just having a bet. And mystery betting and some of the more exotic bets types, they're the ones that they're attracted to because it gives them a reasonable return on their investment.
That's for sure. Go, you were out there yesterday.
Yes, and I must say it was much nicer going to Melbourne Cup Day in Canberra than really. I mean, Flemington's great excitement, but you can't move down there. You can't get a bet on, you can't do anything.
Yep.
You can't get anything to eat and drink because you lose your seat. And I would much rather go to Melbourne Cup in Canberra than I would in Melbourne, because you can move around, you can see people, there's a great atmosphere there.
You can get your bets on,
and
too.
you can get your bets on.
Most important.
Get your lunch and get your bets on.
You would have had a full complement of staff out there, I'd imagine, yesterday.
Yes, we had, and one of the difficulties for ACTTAB on Melbourne Cup Day is it's not a public holiday here. And of course, it is our busiest day of the year. Everyone wants 3 or 4 times as many staff as they normally have. So we impose an awful lot of favours on people, and I have to say to you that I think our selling staff exceeded expectations, and some of the new people were absolutely fantastic, and my thanks go to them, because without them, our punters wouldn't be happy, and you can imagine, to take that sort of money at the racecourse, you need a lot of people. Funnily enough, the longest queue was at the FPOS line, but
I heard about that. Yes.
So one of the things is that I suppose you've got to have the money to put it on, and they went from one queue to the other, and we were very happy to take their business.
Yeah, the age of electronics and these plastic cards, of course, it's with us, and the necessity for the clubs to have the FPOS machines on track, it's always borne out these days. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it all worked pretty well, and we were very happy. I haven't had one complaint. I'm not asking for any complaints, by the way. But certainly, you usually hear the bad ones by now, and we've heard nothing but great reports, and our system held up very well, and we're very happy with the way it went.
That's right, and of course we've still got a couple of days of the big carnival down there in Melbourne to go. Oaks Day tomorrow, and I know Damien was mentioning they've got the auditorium open, bookmakers, ACTTAB out there. That's a good place to bet.
Oh, absolutely. It's a very conducive environment to relaxing and having a bet, but don't let me withdraw people from any of our ACTTAB outlets, because
they'll all be open.
They're equally as relaxing, and you can have just as good a time there. So, you know, there is not an excuse for people not to get on and have a bet. And, of course, our new outlet at Braddon.
Yes, Ashley running that down there.
Did exceptionally well on Melbourne Cup Day, and we have high hopes for that outlet near the mobile service station there. So it's been a terrific time for us, and this is our big challenge here. We've had 40% growth in turnover in the last 4 years for the business, and we always saw 1999 as the biggest challenge for us, because it's always hard to keep those growths going, but so far so good.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's great to hear. All right, well done again, as you said, especially to all the staff involved yesterday. It's a big team effort, and we've got through another big day.
Well, thank you, Paul, but don't let me step back from the microphone without saying we thought you did a hell of a job yourself yesterday. It's one of the busiest race days of the year, and you treated it with the professionalism you always show, so you're to be congratulated, and I think Triple S have done a great job with their Melbourne Cup coverage, and I'm sure they'll continue it for the rest of the Spring Carnival.
Thanks for those comments, Roger, and I think one of the things that we were very pleased with yesterday was the little sweep we ran, and got nearly 400 calls in the few hours, so it just shows that people stick with us, especially on the big days. They want the racing coverage they're used to, and it was great. So great to get feedback too from a lot of the listeners that said we're with you for the day. We look forward to the coverage, so always very encouraging. So and we look forward to covering the rest of the carnival and the rest of the races as we do every day. So good stuff.
We're not looking for things to do, are we?
We're not looking for things to do. It keeps us busy, as we said. We're in here again. We've got an exciting day racing, and I'd say the turnover would be pretty good, of course, with a lot of local horses over at Goulburn today. They open their new track, not officially today. This is a meeting. This is the
soft opening, is it?
This is the soft opening. The big one is on Sunday in a few weeks' time. But Goulburn are racing today, so plenty of local horses heading over there. That'll be an interesting day. Kyneton, traditionally after Melbourne Cup Day, they've got their cup today. And as we mentioned, tomorrow we're back into it at Flemington again. And I think one of the things with free-to-air television coverage too, the 10 Network do a great job for the 4 days of the carnival. Gives people an opportunity to sit at home and see all the races. It must help turnover greatly.
Well, it was very interesting, the thousands and thousands of hits we had on our internet site.
Yeah.
It was quite remarkable, the amount of interest that came in through the internet for us this year. and we gave the form away for free, and people could get the approximates, and it was absolutely fantastic.
That's great. Really good to hear. All right, Roger, we'll let you go. I'm sure you've got a few more things to do up there after a busy Cup day and figures to get together, etc. But thanks for joining us here on Triple S this morning.
Thanks very much, Paul.
Great. That's Roger Smeed, Chief Executive of the ACTTAB, who, as you heard, had a great day yesterday.
This is Racing on Triple S FM.